we are going to show you how to do a photo mashup, which is a combination of two photos. You try to mash up the faces, line them up. There's a few ways to do it. You can go in a bunch of different directions. I'm going to show you probably the simplest way to do it, but also how to do a blend using layer mask. So we're going to use these two photos, and they should work pretty well together. First thing you want to do is bring one photo over to the other. So you can usually just check to see the sizing of it and see which one is larger than the other. Once you decide to send it over, you duplicate the layer and then pick the image you want to bring it over to. And next step is to try to line up the images so that they match up nicely. So as you can see, the one that I have on top needs to increase in size quite a bit. What I'm doing is lowering the opacity so that I can see their features line up as close as I can get them to. So this one still needs to stretch a little bit bigger. And looks like it's pretty close now. We'll bump it back to 75. And honestly, the next step is just to try to do the blend. So what you want is a guide in the middle of the face, and next step after that is to actually just make a selection of where you want the face to split. So you pick which side you want to do it on. This one I'm going to go here. Let's make sure that the center of his face is pretty lined up. We're going to shift him a little bit here before. Okay. So now again, make the selection. And if you just go to layer mask, it'll automatically fill in the other side. Depending on which side you want to work with, you could do the opposite side and hit the layer mask, and it should blend. Now if it doesn't blend perfectly, what you can do is adjust one side or the other based on if they need to line up a little bit more. If you need to adjust, you can do all that. So I'm going to just bump his sizing up just a touch here. Try this again. Now it's lining up a little bit closer. And what you can do is also, if you don't want that drastic transition where it's just a line basically busting through, you can do a gradient, and the gradient will allow you to fade it from one to the next. So you can go either direction, and as you notice, it's a slow transition from one face to the next, which is kind of a cool look. It's kind of scary at the same time too. So if you look at my layer mask now, instead of it just being a solid black to white, you blend it from one to the next. So it slowly fades from one to the other. And that one looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to keep it like that. Good luck with your face mashup.